Welcome to Gigantic Supplements. Today, we will explore a crucial topic for the proper functioning of our body: how poor nutrition directly affects the intestines. This is a matter of extreme importance since the intestines play a fundamental role in our overall health. Stay with us throughout this video as we delve into how dietary choices can impact not only digestion but also the balance of intestinal microbiota and other essential aspects for well-being. Development. The importance of the intestines. Before we dive into the effects of poor nutrition, it is crucial to understand the importance of the intestines. This organ plays a vital role in nutrient absorption, strengthening the immune system, and even regulating mood. Impact of poor nutrition. Poor nutrition, characterized by the excessive consumption of processed foods, high in saturated fats, and low in fiber, can have serious consequences for the intestines. Studies show that an imbalanced diet can lead to issues such as constipation, inflammation, and even intestinal dysbiosis. Imbalance of the microbiota. The intestinal microbiota, composed of trillions of microorganisms, plays a crucial role in digestion and maintaining health. Poor nutrition can compromise this balance, leading to an increase in harmful bacteria and a decrease in beneficial ones. Inflammation and diseases. Regular intake of processed foods and those high in sugars can trigger inflammatory processes in the intestines, contributing to the development of intestinal diseases such as irritable bowel syndrome and inflammatory bowel disease. Malnutrition and absorption. A diet deficient in essential nutrients can result in malnutrition, directly affecting the intestine's ability to absorb vitamins and minerals necessary for the proper functioning of the body. The importance of fiber. The lack of fiber in the diet is a significant contributor to intestinal health. Dietary fibers are essential for the proper functioning of the digestive tract, promoting the formation of healthy stools and preventing issues such as constipation. Healthy alternatives. It is crucial to promote healthy dietary choices, including foods rich in fiber, vegetables, fruits, and lean proteins. This approach can not only improve intestinal health but also contribute to a healthier lifestyle. Smart supplementation. In addition to a balanced diet, supplementation can be a valuable tool to strengthen the intestines. We will explore how specific supplements can act synergistically to promote intestinal health. In summary, the relationship between poor nutrition and intestinal health is undeniable. Every choice we make at the table can directly impact the functioning of our intestines and, consequently, our overall health. Therefore, we invite you to follow every detail of this video, as understanding the importance of this connection between nutrition and the intestines is the key to a healthier and more balanced life. Poor nutrition, characterized by excessive consumption of processed foods and high saturated fat content, can negatively impact the functioning of the intestines. Processed foods often contain chemical additives that can irritate the intestinal mucosa, triggering inflammation and hindering the proper absorption of nutrients. High consumption of refined sugars, found in sodas and sweets, contributes to an imbalance in intestinal microbiota, favoring the growth of harmful bacteria. A lack of fiber in the diet, common in inadequate nutrition, can result in issues such as constipation, making intestinal transit difficult. Insufficient water intake, associated with an unbalanced diet, can contribute to dehydration of stools, increasing the risk of constipation. Foods high in saturated fats, such as fried foods and fast food, can cause an inflammatory response in the intestines, compromising their integrity and function. Diets low in essential nutrients, such as vitamins and minerals, can lead to deficiencies that compromise long-term intestinal health. The constant presence of irritating foods, such as caffeine and spicy foods, can trigger gastrointestinal discomfort and irritations in the mucosa. A lack of diversity in the diet, with few natural and varied foods, can result in a shortage of essential nutrients for maintaining a healthy intestine. Excessive consumption of processed foods, in addition to containing high levels of sodium, can contribute to fluid retention, affecting the body's water balance. The relationship between poor nutrition and obesity is closely linked to the development of intestinal disorders, such as non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. The lack of prebiotics in the diet, found in foods like garlic and onions, can compromise the growth of beneficial bacteria in the intestine. Excessive consumption of red meat, especially processed, is associated with a higher risk of intestinal inflammation and digestive disorders. Gluten-rich foods, consumed in excess, can trigger inflammatory reactions in sensitive individuals, compromising intestinal health. Uncontrolled intake of foods rich in additives, colorings, and preservatives can lead to adverse reactions in the gastrointestinal system. Diets with high levels of fermentable foods, such as certain types of grains, can contribute to excessive gas production in the intestines, causing discomfort. The relationship between frequent fast food consumption and increased intestinal permeability is concerning as it can facilitate the entry of toxins into the bloodstream. Insulin resistance, induced by a diet high in sugars, can contribute to chronic inflammation in the intestine, predisposing to health problems. Processed foods with high trans fat content, found in margarines and processed foods, are known to harm cardiovascular and intestinal health. The negative influence of poor nutrition on the intestine is not limited to physical aspects but can also affect mental health, contributing to psychological disorders. The relationship between excessive consumption of processed meat and an increased risk of colorectal cancer highlights the importance of conscious dietary choices. Regular intake of salty foods can contribute to hypertension, indirectly affecting vascular health and, consequently, that of the intestine. A deficiency of antioxidants from a diet low in fruits and vegetables can compromise the body's ability to combat oxidative stress in the intestine. Unregulated consumption of alcoholic beverages can harm the integrity of the intestinal mucosa, leading to gastrointestinal disorders and compromised absorption. Irritable bowel syndrome (IBS) is often associated with poor eating habits, emphasizing the importance of diet in managing this condition. The increase in the consumption of ultra-processed foods is linked to a decline in the diversity of intestinal microbiota, an essential factor for intestinal health. Diets rich in fats and low in fiber have been correlated with a higher risk of developing intestinal polyps, precursors to colorectal cancer. The relationship between excessive consumption of fatty foods and increased systemic inflammation highlights the importance of healthy dietary choices. The intake of foods that cause spikes in blood glucose, such as sweets and refined carbohydrates, can contribute to insulin resistance and inflammation in the intestine. Processed foods with high levels of saturated and trans fats can contribute to the formation of atherosclerosis plaques, compromising intestinal vascularization. The relationship between vitamin D deficiency, often associated with an imbalanced diet, and intestinal disorders underscores the importance of nutrients in intestinal health. Excessive consumption of caffeine, present in coffee and certain sodas, can contribute to the irritation of the intestinal mucosa, leading to gastrointestinal discomfort. The lack of balance between omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids in the diet can predispose to inflammatory processes in the intestine, compromising homeostasis. Zinc deficiency, an essential mineral, is related to gastrointestinal problems, highlighting the importance of micronutrients in maintaining intestinal health. Excessive consumption of processed foods with high levels of artificial colorings can lead to allergic reactions and irritations in the intestine, compromising its function. And thus, we understand the impactful relationship between poor nutrition and the health of our precious intestine. Every choice at the table shapes not only our physical well-being but also the vitality of the organ that triggers a series of processes in our body. Faced with this knowledge, an opportunity for transformation emerges through conscious and nutritious choices. By adopting an approach committed to balanced nutrition, rich in fibers, nutrients, and natural foods, we are investing not only in the health of the intestine but in our entire organism. The journey to a healthy intestine is a journey to a life full of vitality and energy. We, at Gigantic Supplements, encourage each one of you to make choices that nourish not only the body but also the mind and soul. Let's together cultivate eating habits that promote vitality and balance. Don't forget to leave your like if you found this content helpful and, of course, subscribe to our channel to not miss the upcoming tips and information on health and well-being. Together, we can build a path to a healthy and vibrant life. After all, change begins with every forkful, with every conscious choice. Let's nurture our best selves starting now.